Hey there, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, Denise Joy. In today's video, I'm gonna take you on my journey to create a permanent, totally dope-nificent in-home YouTube studio. Like many YouTubers, I shot videos from pretty much any corner of my home that I thought made a great backdrop. But as you can see from my face, I finally got fed up because it was a mess. I knew I wanted a dedicated space so I could set up great lighting and great sound and shoot the best videos for my audience. I also didn't want to take my lighting and sound equipment down every time I needed to use the room for its intended purpose. I deserved a dedicated, dope-nificent YouTube studio. My solution? An unused corner of my unfinished basement. Now let me show you how I turned this into this. To get things started, I definitely had to embody the principles of my own Faraha method of joyful design into my space. I started with a blank slate, cleared everything out of the room, and began to set the tone with what else? Paint. Quickest, easiest way to create a whole new vibe in any room. Guess what? This too was one of my famous do-it-in-one-weekend projects. Look around your home. If you are looking for a space to dedicate a YouTube studio, you would be surprised what you can redesign and make it work. I'm going to give you some tips on how to really quickly paint a room, how to get the right lighting, and how to get the right sound equipment to set up your dope-nificent in-home YouTube studio. Here are 3 steps to quickly paint a room. Remove everything that you don't want to get paint on and cover everything else that has to stay in the room. Have all your supplies right nearby and enough paint. Set a time frame in which you are going to finish that room, then start and finish on time. I did 2 coats of paint on each wall just to make sure I had that deep saturation so that my decor, and hold up y'all, my stencil design would pop. I really wanted this room to reflect my unique, eclectic, Afro boho modern vintage style. So I put up this totally freaking dope stencil. Now listen, do not be intimidated by stenciling. It's not easy, but it's also not hard. Down below in the description box, I dropped the link to get this stencil and to get all the supplies you need so you can do a totally professional looking job. You can do it. Now here's some great tips to get you started because you know I will never leave you hanging. Here are your tips for stencil success. Number 1, have all of your supplies and keep them nearby. Number 2, go slow. As you can see from these videos, I'm doing a stippling effect, really with a minimal amount of paint to get that good depth and saturation. Number 3, tape down your stencil, but I'm also using my hand to keep it flush to the wall on this cinder block wall. Use paint that will contrast and really create that maximum effect. For my furnishings and decor, of course, y'all know I hit up what? The thrift store. I wanted storage. I actually already had the rug. I needed seating. I got this totally wicked platinum metal trunk that made a nice little bench to put my soft goods and pillows on. So really, I filled the room at first just trying things out. That's what I recommend you do as well. Once I figured out what I absolutely had to have in the room, I started my space planning. I wanted a bookcase because I wanted to be able to showcase things that I loved, that showed my personality and reflected my subject matter expertise as a designer. I know, every YouTuber almost has a bookcase in their studio or in their shots. So on the one hand, they are practical, and on the other hand, they're decorative. What should you put on your bookcase? My recommendation is put items on your bookcase that tell the story of you, that reflect your personality. On my bookcase, I have word art like Joy. Well, my middle name is Joy. And I have love on there, and I have old cameras. I love photography, and I have some of my favorite interior design and architecture books. To really give your videos more of that polished professional look, it's really important to create some depth of field in your shot. And so in this studio, I put my seating and my table on a diagonal so that my bookcase and all of those cool objects and books and items that pop with personality are farther behind me. And when I add my lighting, it's really going to make my shots look totally dope. In just a moment, I'm going to lay out my lighting and all of the sound equipment that I'm using to make my absolutely fabulous videos for my community. But first, let's take a look at the final studio layout. It's pretty dope, right? I really accomplished all of my goals with designing this in-home YouTube studio. Number one, I will never have to move my lighting and sound equipment, which I'm going to tell you all about. Plus, I'm going to drop the links so you can get your own right away. It's filled with things that I absolutely love, which is one of the number one principles in my Faraha method of joyful design. I have some original art hanging on the walls, and hey, don't forget that totally spicy stencil that I did. You too can do that. Listen, you all, don't be intimidated. You can do it. I have my bookcase that's popping with personality, and I have some original seating that I created. Got this bamboo chair from the thrift store and recovered it with some old scraps of mud cloth I just had laying around. Awesome videos are ruled by three things: great content, spectacular lighting, and wonderful sound. To shoot awesome videos for my audience in my new YouTube studio, I'm using some of the best equipment out there. It's not really super expensive, but it's high quality. Your lighting needs will depend upon your space, but in my studio, I'm using 3 soft boxes, one which is used as a hair light, 1 umbrella light, and then I have a practical light which gives me some ambiance over my shoulder. For my sound, listen, you can't beat the Rode Professional mic. It's a compact directional mic. It reduces ambient sounds in the room. It has some awesome features, and best of all, it's super quick and easy to set up. I dropped the link to the lighting and the Rode mic down below so you can get your very own. I was feeling a little like I didn't finish exactly what I started when I looked at the ceiling. So you all know what I did. Pulled out my paintbrush and bam, it is looking so good, isn't it? Let me know in the comments what you think. And thank you so much for watching my videos. And let me know if you want me to do a particular DIY video. I promise I got you. I will see you all in the next video.